Hello, I am Dishan Mistry, a senior cloud support engineer here at AWS office in Sydney. Today, I am going to show you how you can reduce and prevent unnecessary charges in Amazon CloudWatch. Let's get started. The first step is to identify your CloudWatch usage charges. The AWS Cost Explorer analyzes cost and usage data for AWS services over time. It filters services and groups them by usage type, AWS region, or API operations. Let's identify the cost and usage of CloudWatch in my account. Sign into the AWS Management Console and then navigate to Billing and Cost Management. In the navigation pane, under Cost Analysis, choose Cost Explorer. Under Report Parameter, choose the service as CloudWatch and then choose Group By as usage type. You can now view monthly costs for a CloudWatch grouped by a specific usage type. To learn more about how to visualize and analyze CloudWatch billing data, see the article linked in the video description. After you have identified the top contributors, you can implement cost reduction methods for each type. For CloudWatch custom metrics, when metrics are sent to CloudWatch, all CloudWatch detailed monitoring and custom metrics are prorated by the hour and metered. The putMetric data API call publishes custom metrics to CloudWatch, which incurs additional charges. You can filter the custom metrics published to CloudWatch on the CloudWatch console. Sign in to the AWS Management Console and then navigate to the CloudWatch console. In the navigation pane, under Metrics, choose All Metrics. Select the region where you want to search for custom metrics. In the search bar, enter Not AWS and then press Enter. You can now view the list of metrics that are published to CloudWatch as custom metrics. Please note, these do not include the service metrics published with detailed monitoring enabled. To disable detailed monitoring on EC2 instances, you will first need to navigate to Amazon EC2 console. In the navigation pane, select Instances and now you should see the list of instances in that region. Now you can filter the list of instances with detailed monitoring enabled using the search criteria. Select the EC2 instance and click on the Monitoring tab. You will see the list of metrics enabled with detailed monitoring. Now click on Manage Detailed Monitoring button. Click on the checkbox beside Enable and click Confirm. Now your EC2 instance detailed monitoring has been disabled and all the metrics will be published at 5-minute interval. Similarly, you can disable detailed monitoring on autoscaling group launch templates and launch configurations, Amazon API Gateway, Amazon Simple Storage Service request metrics, Amazon Simple Email Service event metrics, and Amazon Kinesis data streams, AWS Elastic Beanstalk configurations. For CloudWatch Metrics API calls, CloudWatch Metrics API calls call charges vary for each API call beyond the AWS free tier limit. You can view the list of CloudWatch API calls executed in your account using CloudWatch Metrics. To view the metrics, navigate to the All Metrics section on your CloudWatch console. The CloudWatch API call metrics are available by default under AWS usage namespace and are categorized by AWS resource. From the list of metrics, we can filter the metrics for CloudWatch API by adding CloudWatch keyword in the search section. We can select individual metric from the list and then click on Graph Metrics to adjust the visualization. Now let's adjust the statistic time range and period to calculate the total number of API calls per hour. We can now see an hourly rate of putMetric data API calls for last 12 hours. The AWS customers using AWS CloudWatch console to view and list metrics will not be charged for the CloudWatch Metrics API calls. To reduce the charges, incurred for put metric data API call, customer can pre-aggregate the metrics on the source and publish a statistic set to the CloudWatch. Let's consider an example where your source is publishing 5 custom metrics to CloudWatch within a minute, and how we can aggregate this into a single metric using a put metric data API call. For CloudWatch alarms incur a cost for each metric that is associated with an alarm. To reduce CloudWatch alarms charges, use metrics that are meaningful for alarming and delete unnecessary alarms. To delete a CloudWatch alarm, you can navigate to the All Alarms section within the Amazon CloudWatch console. Select the alarm that you need to delete and delete them. For more information on automating CloudWatch alarm cleanup at scale, see the article linked in the video description. For CloudWatch dashboards, AWS customers using CloudWatch dashboard will incur charges when they exceed the free tier of 3 dashboards with a maximum of 50 metrics per dashboard. To reduce the CloudWatch dashboard charges, customer can delete the dashboard that are not in use. To delete a custom dashboard, you can navigate to the AWS CloudWatch console. In the navigation panel, click on Dashboard and you should be able to see a list of custom dashboards. Select the dashboard not in use and click Delete. Sharing of dashboard can also incur charges in form of getMetricData API call. Therefore, it is recommended to stop sharing dashboard when not applicable. To stop sharing a dashboard, select the dashboard and click on the Share Dashboard button. Now you will see the options on sharing your dashboard. Click Stop Sharing and confirm your action. Now we can see the dashboard is not being shared anymore. Lastly, customers using AWS CloudWatch console to view CloudWatch dashboards will not incur additional charges. For CloudWatch logs incur charges from ingestion, archival storage, and log event analysis. You can monitor your log group data ingestion using CloudWatch metrics. To view the top 10 contributors for your log ingestion, you can use the CloudWatch Metrics Insights query. In the query builder, we will create the query to find the top 10 contributors by incoming bytes metric and group them by log group. After running the query, we can see the top 10 log groups contributing to the data ingestion to the CloudWatch logs. To reduce the ingestion charges, customer can create the log group with infrequent access class and create CloudWatch alarm to notify any spike in the incoming bytes metric. You can lower CloudWatch logs storage charges by setting a retention policy to store data for shorter period of time. Additionally, you can set log insights queries to run with shorter time frames and minimize live tail session usage time, which will in turn lower your data analysis cost. For CloudWatch Contributor Insights, Contributor Insights charges apply when you exceed 1 rule per month or when more than 1 million log events match the rule. To reduce Contributor Insights charges, review and delete unnecessary rules. You can also disable a rule which can lower the charges. To disable Contributor Insights rule, navigate to the Contributor Insights page, select the rule and disable it. Now your rule is disabled and will not incur any charges. For CloudWatch Synthetics incurs charges for Canary runs that are beyond 100 per month and might incur additional charges for other AWS services that use Canaries. To reduce CloudWatch Synthetics charges, delete unnecessary Canaries. You can also stop Canaries which are not important and can reduce the charges. To stop a Canary, open the Synthetics Canaries page, list the Canaries, then select the Canary and stop the Canary using the actions. Now you can see the Canary is in stopping state. Lastly, make sure to keep the Canary runtime up to date to lower the charges for other AWS services that Canaries use. For Container Insights, You can turn on container insights on clusters that run on Amazon Elastic Container Service and Amazon Elastic Kubernetes Service. Container insights on an Amazon ECS cluster is charged based on the number of services and tasks that run per cluster. Container logs for ECS and EKS clusters are collected by default and incur additional CloudWatch logs ingestion and storage costs. To disable container insights on ECS cluster, navigate to the ECS cluster page. Select the cluster for which you want to disable container insights and then update the cluster settings. Now you have disabled container insights on the ECS cluster. EKS container insights enhanced observability charges are tiered and based on observations that include the unified price for metric storage and log ingestion. To learn more about how you can use container insights to optimize your Amazon EKS costs, see the article linked in the video description. To reduce container insights cost, you can remove the enhanced observability add-on from the EKS cluster. To remove the add-on, navigate to the list of EKS clusters. Now select the cluster and navigate to the add-on tab. Now let's search for the enhanced observability add-on and remove it. Once you have removed the enhanced observability add-on, the EKS cluster will stop publishing container insights metrics and logs to CloudWatch. CloudWatch application signals real user monitoring and evidently incur charges based on usage and data ingestion. Review your usage and turn off or scale back these services if they are not essential for your workloads. For CloudWatch Internet Monitor, CloudWatch Internet Monitor charges are based on monitored resources and city networks. Additional charges might apply for diagnostic logs that are published to CloudWatch logs. To reduce CloudWatch Internet Monitor charges, set a quota for a maximum number of city networks monitored. For CloudWatch billing alerts, as a best practice, turn on billing alerts to monitor your future AWS costs and receive notifications when your cost exceeds specified thresholds. You can go to AWS Billing and Cost Management Console. In the navigation pane, select Billing Preferences. Now, edit the alert preferences, enable Receive Billing and CloudWatch updates. Now, you should start receiving billing data on CloudWatch metrics. And now you know how to reduce and prevent unnecessary charges in Amazon CloudWatch. Thanks for watching and happy cloud computing from all of us here at AWS.